Hey, what's up, product pain testers? First off, I want to say I appreciate you getting involved with this project. I've never been a magic pill guy, as you know, but people need answers to problems. There's a lot of pain out there. Let me share a story with you that had a huge impact on me. Many years ago, my father had got his arm so damn sore. Not only could he not bend it, he couldn't touch it. His elbow was literally, landlocked. He was trying to avoid it, hoping it would go away for a while. Very opposed to pharmaceuticals, didn't know what to go do, decided to walk down to the Chinese medicine clinic, get some acupuncture, ask them if they have any help or solutions. As he's leaving, she grinds him up this paste, just a big slop of goo. All he knows is that there's herbs in it. That's all he knows in it. And I didn't live at home at the time, but she wraps his arm full of this paste and goo, and then does nothing but a little tensor bandage, and just kept wrapping his arm thoroughly. She put a lot on there and said, "Listen, I want you to wait 3 days before you take this thing off, and just trust the process." He thought it was mostly voodoo. We didn't grow up around natural herbal medicine, don't get me wrong. So anyway, to the first day he felt so much better. Now by the third day, his arm was completely normal again, and he was so wowed by the story. And I remember him calling me years ago and telling me, if you ever want to make a difference in someone's life, Chinese medicine is where it's at. And so I've always had a respect for Chinese medicine and learning it over the years. It takes a long time because you're learning literally another language and more than in 2 different languages at the same time, really. So anyway, so some of you got paste, some of you tea, which is how medicine's been done for thousands of years. They've used both paste and tea. And a few of you also got both tea and paste. Now, this stuff costs us a lot of money. For those of you who are getting tea, you're getting a full pound. And if you didn't see my picture the other day, that is literally exactly double the weight of the average supplement bottle. And that's the 1-day dose. So that is meant to, like the written instructions say, to be drank in 3 days. Yes, even if you're doing a tea rinse, which I described in there, and I'll describe it again if you didn't get that clearly. So the herbs, good herbs, you can literally cook them twice and still get quite a bit of medicine out on the second cook. It's more diluted, but you still get it. So on the first cook, in terms of how much water, I talked about covering the bag by a few inches. Realistically, what would be ideal for you to do is to take the bag and weight the bag down. Now, you could use a cup. We use our pestle from a mortar and pestle on there, just to let the tea herbs soak for an hour before you cook them off. And you really only need let's just say 4-ish cups of water. If you got a pot that's super wide, you may need more. If you use a pot that's narrow, you may need less. And it's up to your taste. I don't care how much water you do. I just care that you get all the medicine out of those herbs. Now, if you're worried about the taste, as I described, put it in a blender with fruit. And, you can do the tea rinse right afterwards, and you can still drink the entire thing in a day. We would like you ideally to consume all 3, or the whole pound in 3 days. That is our target scenario here. Please don't let life get in the way. Now, you've heard me read in the instructions, you read in the instructions, that ideally, of course, you should be taking this tea for significantly more than 3 days. But it is a very potent blend. So we're hoping it does make a real dent. I know that I could make a tea twice as strong. That would be easy to do. I also know that long term, there's probably a room for a tea that's 1/10 of that size. But we're trying to see what level of amount of herbs will get someone a big hit of pain relief in a short period of time. In the future, we may do something like a 7-day big bag of tea and then do a maintenance pack that kind of comes along with it. That's where we need your help. So we need accurate feedback, journal things, all that good stuff. When it comes to paste, again, you've got this paste. We sent you a small amount. Believe it or not, that's quite a bit of paste, and it's shockingly how expensive it is to make that stuff. But anyway, you can use these gauze pads if you wish. We just got them at the local CVS or whatever the name of the pharmacy is. It says Quilt Vent Technology, which I put in writing for you. And it just says it's supposed to lock in the ointment. I think this kind of gauze, the way the pharmacist described it to me, was less absorbent. We want your skin to absorb the herbs, not the gauze. We use a very simple tape, just like this here. It's like standard waterproof medical tape, whatever deal. And like I said in my father's story, she used nothing but the gauze. If you use nothing but the gauze, The tensor bench, if you use nothing but this bandage, that's perfectly okay with me. Just use enough so it doesn't seep through. I don't want it to stain your clothes. I don't want to be responsible for your new shirt or whatever. So if you use this alone and skip the gauze, that's fine. You could save money and time and skip all this stuff and just use enough of this. This is now made sticky too, which is kind of great. So how much of this to use? You know, it depends. The paste was originally designed for localized pain. That's why we asked you that in the survey. If you're sore in the knee, you cover your knee in it. Now, some of you, we ran out of tea, and we just decided to send you paste even though you have pain all over your body. I just wanted to send you something because I appreciate you participating. So we still hope that it will still affect you. The herbs, if they get into the bloodstream, they affect you. There's no way around that. And just like the tea, there are ways I could modify this pain paste, and we may modify it in the future, but I believe this is still an excellent formulation to get you some serious pain relief. Now, we would have liked to ideally send you big jars and all that stuff, and someday we can, but, you know, this is where we're at right now, and we want to do a test phase. We want to create some fast results quickly, so you can use all of that paste in one area where it hurts and do just like my father did, wrap it up intensely, and leave it there for 3 straight days if that's what you want to do. Or you can divide it up into 3 different days and just keep reapplying it. It's really up to you. You got to play it by, you know, ear. Trust your body. You know your pain in your body. So if you're just really sore in the neck, then just soak your neck in it. If you're sore in 2 different places, maybe divide the paste in 2 different places and apply it that way. That's up to you. So with that said, I just want to give you a little further instructions. Please be on the lookout for your products. They're in the mail. Please be on the lookout for a follow-up survey. You know, all that good stuff. I'm going to send you some information on testimonials, and we appreciate you giving us the testimonial. Even if you are one of the people who've been in a wheelchair for 30 years and have all kinds of complex problems, we know you're not going to be completely pain-free from 3 days of this stuff, but we would still appreciate your testimonial of any progress that's happened, and we would like you to continue to participate in the future, maybe with bigger samples or whatever we decide to do, and take it over longer courses of time, and trust what's worked for billions of people for thousands of years. This is not a wild experiment. We're just playing with the details. So I appreciate you. Looking forward to hearing more from you, and we'll catch you soon. Take care and have a great day.